Hey guys, I've been talking about the immigration system and I've been outlining the biases I've seen when it comes to treatment of people, especially from West Africa. I talked about this. It was a difficult thing to talk about. I struggled with talking and saying this out publicly for a long time. Family, friends, everybody around me who was from Africa was worried. They are worried about saying things, even though they believe these things are true, but they are worried there might be repercussions. They are worried about stirring the waters. But I decided that there is no good time, there is no perfect time to tell the truth. Every time is a time to tell the truth. And that's why I talked about this. When I talked about these issues, I just highlighted one type of visa, the family reunification visa. And I talked about the blatant discrepancies that I saw between people who came from West Africa and people from almost anywhere else. I gave examples of countries in Asia, countries in Latin America, trying to immigrate to Germany. And I talked about how different these people are treated, how differently their files are treated, how differently their documents are looked at. When I talked about this, I met a lot of backlash. And most of the backlash that I got came from Africans. This baffled me. And I'm wondering, do they see the system as fair? Do they see the system as acceptable? If not, do they think something needs to be changed? If yes, can change ever come if we do not demand it? Think about that. If we do not demand for change, it will never come. The system will stay the same. We will suffer through this. Everyone else will suffer through this. If we never talk about it, if we never demand that the system be changed. And that's why I'm talking about this. It's not because I stand to benefit. It's because I know that if the system is not properly set, it messes up with everybody. Everyone suffers. The more I've been looking into this, the worse I feel about it. The more I know, the worse I think I'm being treated. Usually, when you know better, that is when you can demand for better. That is when you can do better. And I know better now because I've seen other regions. And that's why I demand better. I do not accept to be treated based on the actions of the worst my region produces. I will not be judged and sentenced and punished because of the actions from the worst in my region. Nobody else would accept this, and it baffles me why you accept it. I will give you an example. Remember what happened in 9/11? It was big. The whole world was shaken. Is it okay that after 9/11, actions perpetrated by a few people from a region, is it fair that everybody from that region be treated as a terrorist? I know you don't have to say. Of course, the answer is no. The answer is no. And if you dare try to do it, they will call out the bullshit right away. The people from that region won't stand it. They will tell you, no, this cannot go, and it will not hold water. I'm saying this because one of the feedback I got was that the system was fine and perfect until some persons from your region started messing with it. So what? So what if a few people are crooked? This happens everywhere. This happens everywhere. The difference is this: nowhere else will everyone sit and accept the poor treatment because of the worst of their type, the worst of their kind, or because of the worst people from their regions. If somebody comes from your region and steals, it doesn't mean everyone from your region is a thief. It doesn't justify that everyone else from your region be treated as a thief. And that is why I do not accept it. We are not the same just because we come from the same region, just because we come from the same continent. And you shouldn't treat us as this because some people came from there and did something that you didn't like. We do not think the same. We do not speak the same. And we certainly do not act the same. Again, if we do not demand for change, change will never come. Change will never come. Somebody cannot submit a passport and it's sufficient to prove their identity, while another person have to submit their passport and pay for you to go and talk to their parents, talk to their neighbors, talk to his or her school before you believe they are the person indeed. For your family to join you, yet they treat you as a criminal. Again, I'll say it, as a criminal, because this is what I read out of it. I don't trust your passport, so your passport lied. I do not trust your birth certificate. I have to go to the hospital and verify myself, so your birth certificate lied. I do not trust your national identification documents, so they lied. I have to go to the authorities and ask myself. I do not trust your word. I do not trust your documents. I do not trust your marriage certificate. I have to see pictures. I have to go to this. I have to go to the court that signed it myself and verify it. This is crazy and needs to change. There may be somebody who could look into it, but if we don't see it, nobody will. Everybody will think the system is perfect. It is not perfect. It is far from good. It's not even good. It's far from good. It's well below par. And I will keep talking about this. I will keep pointing out the discrepancies and the biases until somebody looks into it.